What's up, everybody? It's Ty with the Locs here, and I'm about to tell you the reason why I decided to start my lock journey. So to give you a little background, I started my lock journey when I was 16 years old. I was in the 11th grade, well, going into my 11th grade year, and I had grown my hair out for a year prior to that. So I was around 15 when I started growing my hair, and I was growing it because I liked the afro look at the time. And the reason why I wanted to get locks was actually because of one person and one inspiration. That main inspiration was Lucas Sabat. So if y'all don't know, Lucas Sabat is a model. And when I started my lock journey, he was getting more and more popular on the modeling scene. He was doing some things with Ian Connor, Kanye West, people like that. And he had freeform locks. So when I started my lock journey, I initially started with freeform locks, which I'll try to upload a photo to show y'all as well. But it was like 2 weeks that I tried it, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't know the right way of doing it, and I was getting frustrated. So after I was getting frustrated and I decided to switch things up, I decided to go with 2-strand twists. Alright. And if y'all don't know, there's 4 different methods of locks that you can do. So you could do freeform, you could do coils, you could do 2-strand, or you can do instant locks, which is crocheting. I decided to go with the freeform first, and then my next step after 2 weeks was to do the 2-strand. So I went to a loctician in my city, and I went there for about 3 hours or so, and I started with the 2-strand locks, right? So after I did the 2-strand, I'll show the photo as well. After I did the 2-strand, I was like, oh, this is cool, da, da, da. But then I was like, this doesn't suit me well at all. I didn't really like how it looked on me, and I was like, I really, really want locks, but I feel like I need to do something different. The freeform wasn't good for me because I was struggling to figure out what to do, and the 2-strand, I didn't like how it looked on my head. So the only other option I could do besides doing instant locks was to do the coils. So I decided to go with the coils. And that was probably the best decision I could have made, because 6 years later, here I am. So yeah. I started with the coils method, and it took me about 3 hours as well to start. At the time, I think I paid around like $55, which was really, really cheap. And I was getting retwists for like $30 from like this loctician. I used to go to someone's crib, you know, taking advantage. Not taking advantage, thank you to her. But, you know, luckily, she had very cheap prices at the time, so it worked out. But yeah, I started it with no idea what I wanted to do in terms of like how I wanted it to look. All I knew was that I wanted to be like Lucas Sabat. Mind you, I was like 16 at the time, so I had quite a love for some of the celebrities that, you know, we know today. So I'd say after around a couple months of starting the lock journey and realizing that I wasn't going to look like Lucas Sabat, I had to find the other reasons as to why I really wanted to have locks. And the second reason besides looking like Lucas Sabat was actually because I was tired of switching my hair up so much. So I used to do styles like mohawks, and I used to do afros, I used to do short hair, I did waves, I did high tops. Like I did everything you could think of as a young black man. And I was just like, yo, like I'm over it. I kind of want to switch it up and just stick to something consistent. And getting locks was something that kind of gave that consistency for me, you know. Yeah. What I will say is that although locks was consistency, it also taught me a lot of discipline and patience. It's something that I'm never going to forget, because throughout my journey I have learned how to take care of my hair properly. I also learned how the struggles of growing hair and the struggles of your lock journey and not knowing all the answers. I watched YouTube videos, but in reality I really just went with the flow. I did a lot of maintenance in terms of like making sure I did everything right, but ultimately less is more, and the less stuff you use, sometimes the better your hair will be, as long as you keep it clean. And that's what I decided to do, and luckily it turned out the way it is. My hair's in style right now, so forgive me. But yeah, so that's the reason why I started my lock journey. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. If you want to hear more stories of what happens during my lock journey, what you want to see. If you want to see some tutorials or anything like that, let me know and leave a like. Thank you, and check you out in the next video.